Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Benny, and today we're going to be playing some Classic Mortar. Now, honestly, I make so many mistakes with Classic Mortar, so don't rip me a new one if I mess up really badly. It looks like we are up against a weird deck. Could be bridge spam. But I do enjoy playing this. It's a ton of fun to play, and you guys have been asking for it, so I got you guys. I'm going to be playing it. Now, if I were to give you guys a tip, because I'm not terrible with Classic Mortar, like, I'm still good with Mortar, it's just, you know, sometimes I mess up a tornado play, which is pretty tragic. But if I were to give you any tip, it would be split your archers in the back. That is so important, because, you know, when you split your archers in the back, you can pull things into the middle, and that way they can't counter your archers unless they get a King Tower activation, which some people do, and it's honestly very annoying. Now, I'm going to go ahead and Mortar here, because we want to play as aggressive as we can against this guy. He's going to give us a lock? What's going on? Okay, he's going to play the E-Wiz, but we do get a lock on tower, which is huge. Whoa, okay. Okay, let's go ahead and pull all of this towards the knight. We're going to get the archers down, and let's get some skeletons here, and then we can go ahead and get the knight here. We're going to take some damage, though, because that E-Wiz is on the tower. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. We're okay. We took a bit of damage there, but that is okay. He definitely caught us off guard with that, the way he played that. We can go ahead and play the Mortar right here, and then he's going to bandit. So let's go ahead and get the Ice Spirit just to freeze it so that we can get some extra damage there. And then we will get another shot on the tower. Okay, I'm about to try something that I honestly have no clue if it works. Oh my goodness, it works. We are geniuses. Shoot. Okay, he's going in with the battle ram though, so we are going to have to log it to interrupt it, and then these skeletons will sit there to kind of help counter those barbarians, but one should get a hit on the tower. But that's okay. We're not in a terrible position here. And honestly, I had no idea if I could pull that off with the tornado on the Royal Ghost, because I've never done that before. So I was a little bit worried there, but we pulled it off. Now let's go ahead and play the Mortar. He's going to play the Evo Archers in the back. I'm going to go ahead and just play the Ice Spirit on the E-Wiz, and then I'm going to play my Evo Archers as well. And then what might end up happening is if he plays the P.E.K.K.A, I actually might have to just tornado and log on his Evo Archers, just because I need my archers more than he does. Let's go ahead and play the skeletons here to keep our archer alive, and then let's go ahead and play the Mortar here. Now we have two of them going in the opposite lanes, which is good. He's going to go ahead and fireball, which is actually awesome as well. We can go ahead and we can split our archers again, and then I'm going to log this, and then let's play the knight here to pull everything. And then let's get some skeletons there for the bandit, as well as the Ice Spirit here. And then let's go ahead and cycle some more archers. He's going to go for the P.E.K.K.A there. I'm going to go ahead and log, and then let's play the knight here. And then, okay. I'm going to tornado all of this to the middle, just to kind of get both archers to do something. And then I'm going to play the Mortar here, just to get that battle ram on the tower. Let's go ahead and get some Evo Archers down as well to give us some support. We do get a shot on the tower, which is huge. That was very important, because now, at this point, we could honestly spell cycle him to win if we want to, and I think it might be the right play to do so. Let's go ahead, let's just cycle a log on the tower, let's get an Ice Spirit down. I might even defensive Mortar, to be honest. I think that's going to be a good play. So let's go ahead and do that, and then let's cycle some archers. He's probably got the battle ram coming out. Now, do we risk doing a tornado rocket play? Because there's a good chance I messed that up, but it might be necessary to win. So we will see. He's going to go ahead and play the bandit in the back. Let's get another knight down here, and then I'm going to go ahead and log on these, and then let's go ahead and play the Mortar here. And just to pull all of that, the Evo Archer is there, so that will be annoying. But what we can do is we can actually tornado all of this back. Let's get some skeletons here to catch all of that. Then let's get the knight down, and then we can go ahead and log here. Let's go ahead and get the Ice Spirit here. And then he is going to get that bandit on the tower, but actually I'm not even worried about that, because what we can do is we can go ahead and play the Evo Archers here. We're still winning at this point, so I'm not worried at all. And then we can go ahead, let's Evo Mortar here just to be aggressive. And then he'll probably play the P.E.K.K.A. We could go for a tornado play to try to get a lock, but I think the battle ram, it's a little bit of a wild card, honestly. Let's go ahead and rock it right here. We do get a lock onto tower, so that's going to be some good damage. We can go ahead and play the Ice Spirit here. Let's go ahead and do this, and then I think it's just a rocket and then a log, and then we can win the match. So let's go ahead, let's pull all of that to the middle. Let's go ahead and get an Ice Spirit down. Let's get some archers down. Let's get a knight down as well. Holy crap, this is honestly a tongue twister to be able to talk while getting this win. We can go ahead and log all of that. Let's go ahead and tornado as well, just to be safe, because those Evo Archers are always so dangerous. We'll play the Ice Spirit to freeze, and then the Evo Archers are going off. Let's go ahead and play a defensive Mortar, and then let's play the knight here, and then I'm going to log on the tower, and that's going to be a win because we can rocket it now. And let's go on into the next matchup. Alright guys, next matchup looks like we are up against, I don't even know how to say that name, so I'm just not going to even risk that because that would be pretty tough. I'm gonna have to tornado that princess, which really sucks, but that's okay. Now I think this is going to be Logbait. So how do we want to do this? You know what? Actually, okay. You guys saw me do a Royal Ghost Tornado. Now you guys are going to see me try to Tornado a Goblin Barrel, which could go so badly, but it might work, okay? So we'll see. We'll see. Now I'm going to go ahead and play the skeletons in front just to, you know, be safe in case he goes for the Inferno Tower. The one nice thing about this matchup is if he tries to Rocket Cycle me, I can Rocket Cycle him. So, you know, that's a power I'm not used to having. Let's go ahead and play the Knight in front here to keep the Mortar alive. So hopefully we can get like one shot on the tower, and then that would be pretty nice. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. We don't have the greatest counters to his princesses though. Oh, actually, I know what I'm gonna do. Benny's a genius here. Watch this, okay? Let's just wait a second. I'm gonna log it. Then he's gonna feel comfortable going for a Goblin Barrel. So then I'm gonna Tornado it onto the King Tower. Boom, King Tower activation. Oh my goodness, when did Benny get so smart? I don't know. You know what happened? I started working out, I was taking creatine, and then all of a sudden I just got really smart. And that was dumb of me to play my Evo Archers up high like that. That was not smart at all. So that was, I gained a little bit of IQ and then I lost it right away. So that's pretty crazy. Okay. Let's go ahead and cycle an Ice Spirit here. That way you can't play the Princess and get some bridge Princess damage. Okay, well, that's crazy. But we will catch it with the Knight, which is good. Now, how do we want to play this? He's probably going to Goblin Gang here if I think... Yeah, okay. And then I guess we can ignore that. That's a pretty deep barrel, I think. But we will catch it because you can't bait me. Now, guys, in this video as well, oh my goodness, we just got freaking played. But anyways, in this video, guys, I am going to try to include a couple replays as well because I know you guys like those. So I'm going to include that for sure. He's going to go for the rocket there. I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then let's just Tornado all of this. Nice Evo Skellies, my brother, and then that's okay. Let's go ahead and start the archers in the back here. This does suck a little bit, just because he can get more chip damage than I can, I think. I'm going to go for the Mortar on this side, and then that is too bad that we are locked on the Inferno Tower. That would have been really lucky if he hadn't played it in the right spot, and then we were able to get a lock. Let's go ahead and Tornado all of this just to be annoying. I'm going to start the Evo Archers in the back here. Let's go ahead and get an Ice Spirit down. It's going to go for the Princess there. I'm going to Rocket it, get it out of here, and then... Okay, why don't we go ahead and play the Evo Mortar here. Let's get some skeletons down to predict for the Inferno Tower just in case. And then let's get the archers here as well. There's the Inferno Tower. Let's go ahead and play an Ice Spirit here. And then let's go ahead and play the Knight in front as well. Ooh, come on. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, we're locked on the tower. We're locked on the tower. That's huge. Let's go ahead and log here just to interrupt all of that. Let's get an Ice Spirit down so he can't do anything. And then let's go ahead and get this down here. Oh, let's go. We caught that. We caught that. Okay, and then we can Tornado all of this. This is good. This is good. We can live with this. Let's go ahead and get some archers down just so that we don't take too much damage. And then, okay, we have to be smart about this because we do want to Rocket Cycle, but we have to be so smart about this. Let's go ahead and get a defensive Mortar down. I accidentally played that a little bit high, but that's okay. That's going to be really good Tornado value. Let's Tornado all of it together. I was hoping that the Mortar would do a little bit more there, but that's okay. And then the Mortar should lock onto that Princess, which is good. And then I'm just going to start Rocket Cycling in a second here. Now that it's double Elixir especially, let's go ahead and do that. And then if he plays a Rocket, then I can go ahead and defensive Mortar in a second here. So let's go ahead, let's do this, and let's do this. And then let's go ahead and Tornado all of this, and we'll also catch the tower. And then we can go ahead and log right here. That was a crazy Logbait there. And then let's go ahead and Rocket again. And then let's go ahead and Tornado on the tower. And then we'll log, and that's going to be game. Holy crap, that was actually a very good game. I have to give respect to that guy. Let's give him a good game. Let's give him a good luck, and let's get some replays going now. Alright, you guys, I'm a man of my word. I said I would include a replay or two in this video, and you know, you guys say you love these replays, so I had to include it. So here's the first one. Now I'm going to go ahead and play the Mortar there. It's a really safe and easy first play with this deck. You know, they can't do anything crazy. He's going to go for the Mini P.E.K.K.A. and the E-Wiz, and so I'll just play my archers to take it out. But at this point already, I'm thinking to myself, it's probably Goblin Giant. Anytime you see Mini P.E.K.K.A., the first thing you should think of is Goblin Giant, because, you know, they love their Mini P.E.K.K.A.s, and this is a pretty scary matchup, honestly. You know, it's one of those matchups where you're going to be playing defense for 90% of the time, which is unfortunate, but also it's a pretty strong matchup, and you know, it's one of those matchups where if you're confident in your defense, you can win it. So you just have to be confident in your ability to play defense, and you will get the win. And so one of the things that you'll see here that I'm doing pretty often compared to, you know, when I'm running a deck like Mortar Bait, is I'm playing that defensive Mortar very, very often. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to pull things to the middle. And you'll try to pay attention to how I play my archers in this matchup, because that's kind of why you're playing the defensive Mortar. but I'll explain that more later because I have to explain why I rocketed this Sparky. And the reason why I did that is because Sparky is so freaking annoying. This deck is very scary. So every time I'm seeing Sparky, I'm going to rocket it, especially if I can get tower damage. It's an even elixir trade. It just makes sense to do. So he's going to go for the Goblin Giant there. I'm going to play my archers, and then I'm going to play my knight to tank. I'm going to play the skeletons to pull the mini P.E.K.K.A. behind it so that I don't have to worry about getting too close to my tower in time. I'll also log to get rid of those spear goblins, and that's a pretty solid defense. We took a little bit of damage, but it's really not the end of the world at all. And then I go for the offensive mortar here, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I just defended a big push. So without even counting elixir, I know he sunk a ton of elixir in that push. I have the archers for the counter push, and I knew I could get a lock with that. He'll go with the E-Wiz, and I'm not going to defend it because, at this point, I felt like having my elixir was more important for me than it was for him. I probably could have tornadoed the E-Wiz to, maybe get one more shot out of my mortar, but I didn't feel like that 3 elixir was really worth it. I felt like me having 3 elixir to defend his next push was more valuable. And so I split my Evo archers in the back here, and at this point, I'm feeling pretty safe. When you have your Evo archers down, you're definitely in a good position, and you're always splitting them when you can, just so that they can't get on both archers with one spell. Obviously, you'll see a couple times I play both my archers in the same lane, and honestly, I wouldn't do that because you want to be very careful of it. If you have to, it's okay, but typically you want to try to spread them out there. And then at this point, I'm defending, and I'm definitely on my heels, so I know I need to get those archers down, and I'm getting them low so that they stay alive, and that helps me defend this push because honestly, he was going super aggressive here, and I had to do a ton of pulling, a little bit of surgical precision there to defend that one, and so having those archers there are what saved me. And again, you'll see here he's going to Sparky, so I'm going to go ahead and rocket it again because get that thing out of there. Sparky is so scary when it's down behind a Goblin Giant, and then he's going to go for a Goblin Giant. So best thing I can do is defensive mortar just to keep myself safe, and I have the Evo Archer, so I'm pretty confident in my ability to defend this push as well. And so you'll see I split them there, and I think this is going to be a pretty good example of why you split them. So you see here he goes for the Evo Zap on that one archer, but everything gets pulled towards my defensive mortar, and the archers are going to reach towards my defensive mortar to help defend, and then I can tornado all of that together to help out. Then I play the archers again there just to help defend and get a little counter push. Probably shouldn't have gone for a counter push here, honestly. I don't think that was the smartest play for me to do, but Benny's reckless sometimes, so don't make the same mistake that I made there. And then the archers are going to defend. I'm just going to log just to interrupt everything, get the knight down as well to tank, and the archers are staying alive. And then you'll see there I go for another mortar. This time that was a good mortar to go for because I had the archers down already, and I was cycled back to another set of archers, and I did get a shot on the tower as well, which was very nice. But you'll see here the tower is so low, but I'm not really cycling my rockets on the tower yet, and I'm gonna be honest, it's because I'm dumb, and so I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that I could have rocket cycled this guy. So I go for the Evo Archers there, very aggressive, just to help take out that Sparky, and then I'm gonna get a mortar lock. So then I do end up getting the win, even though I was not smart enough to realize that that rocket could have been shot twice, or a rocket and 2 logs, and win the game. But anyways, there's the first replay. For the last matchup, I have a matchup against Goblin Drill, and I really wanted to show you guys this matchup because I got some really nice tornado plays, and honestly this was a really frustrating matchup for me. I don't know if you guys ever have this, but it's like you're playing a match and for some reason the counters are just never in rotation for you, and every time you need a counter, it's just like you have to play some weird cards. I don't know, everything just felt off in this match. Every single interaction I had just didn't feel right, and I never felt like I could get the right cycle, so it was a bit of a frustrating match. But the tornado plays are what won me this match, so I figured I would show you guys because that's always fun. So he goes for the drill here, and I play the knight to counter the drill, and then he goes for the little prince ability on the other side, and that is the start to my misery in this matchup because he's gonna get that little prince lock, so he's actually gonna get a decent amount of damage from that little prince, and I was already like, damn, that was not fun. So I go for the mortar here, and he's gonna miss the kite with the mortar, which was honestly kind of crazy. I don't really know what happened there. Maybe he was lagging, I'm not really sure, but so we got it. So I figured I needed to keep my mortar alive because at this point I knew he would be panicking to stop the mortar, and so I just wanted to keep the mortar alive as long as I could. So I was playing the knight, and I was playing the ice spirit to keep it alive, getting some good damage, and then he goes for a drill again, and already I'm sitting here and I'm like, dang it, I don't have a counter to this that's ideal. So I go for the log, and I take a little bit of damage because I had to wait to log, but at least we didn't take a ton of damage, so we're still in the damage lead, and I was feeling happy. But still, man, it's just like every single time I needed a counter, I didn't have it. And then here he goes for the knight, so I use my knight to counter the knight, and once again I'm gonna be stuck sitting here without my knight now. So it wasn't fun. It was not a fun one. And he's gonna go for the Tesla there, and one of the great things you can do against the Tesla is you can use your ice spirit to reset it, which is good because I was able to get it locked onto my knight. And then He went for a really smart log here because he actually logged the Goblin and the Knight instead of my Mortar. And so that stopped me from getting a lock on tower. Honestly, if he didn't log, I probably would have got one shot on tower. So that was a pretty smart play by him. You know, I have to give respect where respect is due. And then I'm going to go ahead and split my archers because that's just what you do. When you're playing Classic Mortar, you want to split those archers as much as you can. And then I played the Knight in front and the Mortar, and that was so stupid. This was a dumb play of me. I don't know what I was thinking. Don't be that guy who goes too aggressive when they have Evo Drill, because I definitely got punished for this. I took a decent amount of damage, and you know, that was a little tragic, and all of a sudden I took like 1,000 damage for no reason. I really shouldn't have. And then you'll see here, I went for the tornado. I was hoping to get a little bit of splash. I was hoping he would play something, and then, you know, the Mortar would splash on the Little Prince and the other thing, but didn't work out, but that's okay. And then again, I'm like, damn, I don't have any good counters to this drill, but I was keeping my Mortar alive, so I waited for the drill to get below half, and then I logged it. You'll take about 400 damage if you do that, but if you wait for it to get below half, you can log, and then, you know, you don't have to worry about playing anything else, and it's a good elixir trade. So you see here, I go for the tornado on those goblins, and I end up getting a Mortar lock just out of that already. And that was a really big play, because that got me an extra, you know, like 800 damage on his tower, which put me back in the match. And then here he goes to the bomber, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I played my Knight, and he's going to get a bomber splash damage. So again, I am just getting punished with these plays, but I'm going to go for the Evo Mortar, and this is where I win, because I predict with the tornado. So I take out the Tesla, you know, I have the skeletons there, and then watch this prediction with the tornado here. I'm going to go right away, and honestly, like, it doesn't look like a prediction. It looks like I have quick reaction time, but that was a prediction. I'm not that fast. I'm not that smart. So, you know, we do end up getting the lock on the tower, and that is going to win us the game, which was huge, and that is why this deck is so strong. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.